Hello class, in this video I want to go over deliverable number 3. Okay, so let's go final project deliverables. That was deliverable 1 and this was deliverable number 3. Okay, so for the final deliverable, what you need to do here is you're gonna create a document just like the other ones and you're gonna work on this. If you're working on the default project, just the same. Let's open VS Code real quick to show you an example of what I'm talking about. And this is terrible because this over here is not my regular account. Okay, well, I'm just gonna make a document here anyway. And let's save this and call it deliverable 3. Deliverable3.md. Okay, so what we're gonna do over here is same thing that we did the last time. We are going to make sure we meet this criteria. So connecting Ubuntu to the internet, this is gonna be heading number 2. Connecting Ubuntu to the internet, and then everyday tasks in Ubuntu, this is gonna be another heading number 2. Okay, sorry about that. Perfect, and then we have these guys over here. I'm just gonna copy this whole thing because it makes my life easier. And then sources, right? Sources is also heading number 2. And then these guys over here are heading 3. 1, 2, 3, enter. Perfect. So connecting Ubuntu to the internet, and over here you're gonna create a little guy. Let me just install Lorem. Perfect. Okay, then over here you're gonna explain how to connect Ubuntu to the internet. Then we provide a little bit of a screenshot over here. You can also do this. Ubuntu guide how to connect to the internet. I'm pretty sure the Ubuntu. Here's a nice article. You can read this article, and if you need to include something from here, you can include it from here, right? For example, this is a nice how-to over here, step by step. This is pretty good. You can do this and record a little GIF doing it. That also works, or take a screenshot and that will work, and you're good to go. You completed that part. Make sure you copy this link because it's gonna be part of your sources if you use that, right? If you get to use that. There are also other guides online that you can find. You can make up your own, however you choose, as long as you're explaining there to a new user how to connect their computer to the internet. Then everyday tasks in Ubuntu, internet browsing. Then you explain what internet browsing is, the programs that you use for browsing the internet, obviously a web browser, and then you provide 3 alternatives on how to browse the internet. Ubuntu comes installed with Firefox, so you need to explain Firefox over there. And then if the user of the computer is not satisfied with Firefox, then you need to provide options like you can install Google Chrome. You can install Brave, for example, and then describe a little description over there. So I'm going to introduce a little paragraph here explaining what internet browsing is, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, Firefox. My apologies. Firefox, I can expel today, huh? Firefox. Images, here it's a nice picture of Firefox, copy link, copy image address. I'm gonna put a little picture of Firefox over here. There you go. And image of Firefox, right? And then a little description of what is Firefox right there, right after the Firefox. And that's about it, because who doesn't know how to browse the internet, right? It's pretty simple. You can also, additionally, if you feel like it, make a little video on how to Google something on Firefox by recording your screen, clicking on Firefox, searching for something, ending the clip, upload it to YouTube, and putting the link over here as well. That's extra work. Really you don't need it to get a good grade at all. But if you want to be more professional, if you want to be more helping, you do that as well. And you can do that for every application that you choose. Now, here we can use alternatives, right? And then we do over here Google Chrome, right? Google Chrome, Google Chrome. And then we do a little description of what Google Chrome is, which you can easily find either on the Google Chrome page, or you can find it on Wikipedia, or how you can write it yourself, however you choose, like, as long as you tell the user, that there is an alternative. Let me insert, lorem, insert a line. There you go, my little put it in the wrong place. Little description of what Google Chrome is, right? And we can do here how to install Google Chrome, and then you provide here a step-by-step, download deb package from here, Google Chrome, click on all, here, download the package from here, and then install deb package with gdebi, apt, dpkg, or software center, and then here to install with apt use sudo apt install, and then absolute path of deb package, right? And then here enter to install with graphical package, with software center, double click the package. And if you want to create a little GIF over there, right, using the pick application that you learned how to use in the previous deliverable, you can either do that, and that would be fine, but it's not required, right? Something that we can do over here to make our little section a little bit more prettier, let's say. We can just Google Chrome logo, right? Google Chrome logo, images, right? Click on this, and this is gonna be probably super huge. Yep, it's super huge. Right, I'm gonna make this a smaller image size, resizer, because I don't want a super huge. Sorry about that. Let's download the image. Chrome logo. Chrome logo. Dimensions, I'm gonna do this 100 pixels by 100 pixels. Size. Don't tell me this doesn't support SVG. 1 second, guys, I need to pick up this call. Okay, guys, perfect. Let me look for a one that is not SVG, because apparently SVG is not supported by that site. Yeah, let me see this one. Open image in a new tab, and yeah, this PNG logo is not that big, but still save image as Chrome logo .png and save. You can also do this on the command line, like we did on the previous video as well. So whatever way you would like to do this is fine. Yeah, that's fine. I want in a small image anyway, and let's click on save image as, and I'm gonna put this in. Where are you? G Drive projects. and CIS106 assets save Chrome logo. Okay, so here Chrome logo 100 by 100, and I'm gonna put a little break tag over there because I want to create some space between that. And one alternative is fine. You want to provide two alternatives, even better, but I'm okay with one alternative. Chrome logo. Let's see how this document is looking like. And perfect. Browsing the internet. Here is a program to browse the internet. Here is how the program looks like. A little description of the program. Alternatives. Here is the logo of Google Chrome. What Google Chrome is. How to install it. Where to, and that's about it. That's about it. Then you can do the same thing for reading email. You research online applications for reading email on Linux or on Ubuntu, and you pick one. Now, Ubuntu comes installed by default with Thunderbird. I suggest you log in through your email via Thunderbird. If you like it, recommend the user to use that one. Show them how to write a simple email on Thunderbird. If you don't like Thunderbird, then look for a different application. There are many applications for that online. As a matter of fact, you can open sorry about that. Yeah, there you go. You can open the Software Center. I'm using Pop! OS for this video, but doesn't matter. Same thing. Potato, tomato. And I'm gonna type email here. Full screen and give me this. Okay, and see. Email client. See if this gives me better results. Here, close email client, that's an option. Kmail is an option. I like MailSpring a lot as email client because it looks very nice. It has a tracking pixel by default that lets you know that somebody opened your email. It has a lot of features that I prefer. It has multiple inboxes and it looks very good too. I don't like Thunderbird because it's very ugly. There is only one thing that I use Thunderbird for, and it is to creating HTML emails. It's the only real usage that I have for it. Other than that, I like to use MailSpring, but that's my opinion. That's me. You do what you do you. Research at least 3 email clients, pick one that you like, recommend it, same process that you did with Firefox, and then provide an alternative. You can stick to the default, which is Thunderbird, if that's what you like, or if you are in a hurry. But I suggest you do a little research. It's not bad. And by the way, you can find descriptions of the programs right here as well in the Software Center or on the program administrator page. For example, we can go to MailSpring email client, right? And I can find all the information that I want over here, including screenshots, right? Because let's say I can use this screenshot here. Open in a new tab, and we're gonna copy this and we're gonna put it right over here, reading email, right? And I'm gonna put a little description of what reading email entails, right? And just composition, you know what I'm talking about. Just a little description of how to read emails, like reading email is very important for an everyday task. This is something you can do on Ubuntu as it is an everyday operating system. There are multiple applications you can use for reading email. You can use it on the web, but there are also dedicated applications for that. Ubuntu comes pre-installed with Thunderbird, a product from the Mozilla organization. Thunderbird can be found by typing Thunderbird or email client in the search bar of Ubuntu. This is how Thunderbird looks like, and you put a picture of Thunderbird. Anyway, I'm just giving you ideas. I'm just giving you ideas of what you can do, right? And I'm gonna say here MailSpring, because that's the one I'm gonna recommend, right? And right over here, I'm gonna put an image of MailSpring. Okay, function and MailSpring email client, right? And then here a little description of MailSpring, right? And then here we're gonna provide alternatives, right? Sorry, this is heading number 4, alternatives, and right over here we put Thunderbird, for example, Mozilla Thunderbird, right? You can also list other options over there. Kmail, I think it was Kmail, and then we have also class. Let me see if it was, that's how it was spelled. I don't want to butcher the name. Classmail, you know, and so on. And you can provide a little bit of information about them, and that's about it, right? You can show how to install them as well. Although, to be honest with you, if you show how to install one, you know, all the others are the same, and that's pretty much it. Let's open here. Let's see how it looks like, and yeah, see, it looks very good. That's what we're looking for over here, right? Sorry, this is 3. Save. Perfect. The same thing goes for remote assistance. You know, by that I mean applications like TeamViewer, VNC, and things like that. Then Office Productivity Suites. That's like Google Docs online, or Office 365 online, LibreOffice, WPS Office, FreeOffice. There are many Office suites for Linux. There are plenty of options. Research them, find one that you like. If you like LibreOffice, which is installed by default already, then provide that. If you don't like that, then use something else. And so on and so on. I gave you 2 examples of what I'm looking for. I hope you can take advantage of this. That was anything else? Yep, that's about it. Let me see. Programming, right? How do you write programs on Linux? If let's say I want to write Python, pick any programming language you like. For the sake of this video, I'm going to accept HTML too. But hey, I want to go on record saying I'm accepting HTML for the sake of this assignment, but I don't consider that a programming language. But hey, let's say you are taking Python, right? Or you will take Python. You want to know how do I write Python code on Linux. If you want me to make a video on that, I can make a video on that. But I believe there is plenty of information on YouTube. There is plenty of information online that you can research and write it over there. Okay, if you want to write Python in Linux, this is how you do it. You install this program, then you do this, and here is hello world in Python. That's all I'm looking for. That's it. If you want, you can pick any other programming language. C++, that is taught at the school as well. JavaScript. Hell, even Bash scripting if so you choose. If you want more information about that, if you think that that is not clear enough, and you want me to make a separate video about that, I can do so. Just talk to me about it after you watch this video. How to get help. Just how to get help. Write about how you get help. Simple as that. Provide screenshots as needed. Just don't overrun your document with pictures. Just provide them as you need them, as you see them fit. Texting. There is WhatsApp. There is Telegram. There is Discord. There is many texting applications available for chatting. And there is even a client for Google Messages, right? So just research it and put it over there. If you're a WhatsApp user, then teach somebody how to install WhatsApp in there. If you're a Discord user, teach somebody how to install Discord. If you use Telegram, if you use Signal, just provide it over there. That's about it. One example is good. One example is good enough. Don't go crazy. One example, one application, that's good enough. I'm not going to ask you for more. If you want to do more, fine, but one example will give you your grade. What's next? Video games. Okay, so this is a little bit more complicated because you are using a virtual machine. So you can talk about it like, if you want to play games on Linux, we have a Steam that you can install, and you can install games through a Steam and things like that. Don't go crazy. There is way too much information online. You can simply talk about basic simple games like card racing games like Tux Card and things like that. And that's about it. Don't go crazy. A little bit of information there is fine enough. You can talk about how to install a Steam, the games that are available over here in the software center. Like if you type games, for example, you're gonna see a couple of games over here that you can install. You can install one and then show it to the person that's reading your documentation as an example, and that's about it. But because we're using a virtual machine, I don't want you to be testing out stuff. It's not really needed. Games are not going to run well on a virtual machine, especially the one that we created for the course. It's just not, because we made it weak. We didn't make it strong enough to handle even the most basic of the games. Just keep that in mind. Let's minimize this because we don't need it. And is there anything else that I want to include talking about here? Yeah, when it comes to streaming music and video, most people use a web browser to do that. But did you know that Ubuntu has a dedicated client for Google Music. Well, YouTube Music, it's not officially, but you can find it and install it as either a Flatpak or a snap package. We have also a Spotify, and things like that. Just show somebody how they can listen to their music online using Linux. If it's a local file, like an MP3 file that they have installed, you can also show somebody how they can play a song that they have downloaded on their computer. That's about it. That's about it. If you don't know, if you have enough or you have too little, you can always commit your changes to GitHub. Send me the link, I can review it, and I can tell you what you have too little of and what you have too much of. Yeah, and don't procrastinate it so that you can get that feedback on time. That's about it. Once you're done finishing your deliverable, don't forget to save your changes and commit your changes to GitHub so that you don't lose your stuff. If you have any questions, you can find me on Slack.